Meg, 279 ahead at sea. Was there a consideration given to just look, we've got 43 overs, I think it was, we're going to have a pop? Was that a consideration, or were you never really?
We thought about it and we had a good chat about what our options were and whether we thought we could force a result, but we sort of looked at how many overs were left and especially given how many wickets had fallen today, there wasn't that many and the pitch wasn't really deteriorating as we thought it would, so we just didn't feel like there was enough time to be able to bowl them out. So we came into the test match 6-0 up and we were in a position to be able to make that decision. So we were always looking to win the test all the way through, but once it got to that point we just felt there wasn't enough time to be able to get the result.
Meg, you talked a big game and Elise and a couple of others beforehand about playing aggressively and winning the match. That really didn't stack up with how you guys went about it in this test, batted slowly through the first couple of days and didn't have a go at the end. There's a gap between what you said and what you did.
Yeah, look, we had to adapt to what the conditions were. We got a used wicket that was, especially early with the new ball, was doing a little bit, and England made it hard for us. They bowled really well throughout their two innings and didn't let us get away. So we always had the intention of coming in to try and win the test match. Even coming here this morning, we were hoping to be in a position to enforce the follow-on, and that was our best chance of winning. And especially with that time taken out of the game on day two, it probably didn't allow us to get there. But you can only sort of play the conditions and what the opposition throw at you, and they made it hard for us, England, so credit to them.
As someone who's such an advocate of the importance of the baggy green, how do you feel about the fact that another women's test has ended in a draw and that you guys were kind of largely responsible for that?
I think that's a bit harsh to say we were responsible for that. I think both teams came out with the intention to win, and we hold the baggy green very dear to us, and every opportunity we get, we want to go out there and wear it with pride, and we played to the conditions, and as I said, the wicket didn't really deteriorate that much as we thought it would heading into the test, and that's probably what we sort of made a lot of our comments about, was what it looked like, and we thought it was going to turn, and as I said, the weather came in on day two and took time out of the game, and we came in with a 6-point lead, and I guess when you have to make decisions toward the end of the game, and we sort of made what was best for us, so that was what we were thinking about.
Meg, as a counterpoint to that, the fact of winning or retaining the Ashes, isn't that, and to play more tests, isn't that the counterpoint to, that is a spectacle, that's why we want to see more tests. I actually think it's an advocate to play more tests.
Yeah, look, if the opportunity came along to play more tests, we'd love to do it. It is difficult when we play one every couple of years to get a handle on it straight away going into it. So, I think a lot of people said they'd love to play more tests. We understand why there's not. I think, there's an argument for that as well. But we all enjoyed it, when we went out there over these last 4 days. We love putting on that baggy green. So when we do get the chance, we really try and make the most of it.
Sophie Molyneux made a really good debut in her test. There were 4 wickets, batted really nicely in both innings. She's played a lot of sort of 2-day cricket in the domestic format. Is that something, perhaps a pathway for others coming through?
Potentially, yeah. I thought she fit into Test cricket seamlessly. She looked really comfortable at the crease with the bat, and with the ball we really thought she was going to be quite dangerous. So, it's nice to see a young player come in off the back of some form with the Aussie A girls as well, while they've been over here and perform well. So, hopefully that shows a really good pathway for young girls coming through to be able to come and perform on the big stage.
Would you want to see the WNCL expanded to include some sort of 3-day cricket? I know Megan Shute said before the test match she'd like to see that, given that there's half a dozen games in the main part of the competition, whether that could be replicated and have some sort of 3-day cricket.
I think that'd be a difficult thing to do, given that we only play one test every couple of years. I think our domestic competition's really good. I think WNCL is a really good pathway program for young girls coming through, and there's a lot of history to it. And then we've got the WBBL as well. So, there's been a lot of talk about whether we should play more tests or whether we shouldn't. I think we'd love to do it, but especially in the women's game, T20 cricket's been a massive driver for the game, and we understand that that's probably where most of the investment goes. So it's a hard one to answer, but I think the domestic structure that we've got is pretty good.
There's a lot of people in the media here who have been advocating the last week that you should be playing more test matches and so on. Do you appreciate that it's hard to make that argument when you have a last day like this that's drab and that's dead, and particularly that last session where it's just knocking it around for singles and pointless runs? Why is everyone here?
Yeah, look, Test cricket's supposed to be hard and a tough battle, and I think that's exactly what it was. Both teams were trying to get an advantage, I guess, and I don't think it was entirely either team's fault, to be honest, where we ended up in the game. I think at different points we were trying to win it, and we just lost time throughout. And once it got to a point where we probably felt like we couldn't win the game, then we weren't going to throw it open to England to give them a chance. So that's just the nature of where we were at. And yeah, I think both teams battled hard throughout.
Why didn't you bowl shoot in the morning? You shouldn't be hooping it in practice.
Yep. We just felt like spin was going to be a good option with a new ball, one to slide through or kick up a little bit. We know in county results that there'd been a lot of wickets taken with spinners in the second innings, so that was the decision that we made. We thought it was going to be the best option to take wickets. So whether that was the right one or not, I'm not sure. Who knows? But that was what we thought.
Got out to a worse delivery then?
I was hoping you weren't going to bring that up. It's a moment I'd rather forget. But look, if you don't laugh about it, you might cry. So it is what it is.
Did you get a little telling off when you went up to the umpire for the waist height? I couldn't tell whether he was being stern with you or.
No, he was trying to. He was trying to tell me to wait to see if it was over waist height, which of course I just wanted to get off the field as fast as I could. So I wasn't too happy to hang around. But they were just checking if it was over waist or not. But I knew it wasn't.
It must be a bit unexpected but a bit satisfying to get the Ashes. You know it's locked up, you know you don't have to worry about the trophy from here on in. Basically, you're keeping it, that's it.
Yeah, it's a good position to be in. We came over here to firstly retain the Ashes, so it's nice to tick that off, I guess. But we still feel like we've got a bit to achieve on this tour. We've finished 8 all in the Ashes series in Australia, and we don't really want to feel like that again. So we know that England are going to come back pretty hard, and they're a good T20 side. So it's not going to be easy, but we feel like as a group we've still got some things we want to tick off, and starting with that T20 in Chelmsford, which is going to be a great occasion.
So there'll be no let up from you guys?
There won't be, no. I think our group has really developed some good resilience over the last couple of years in terms of keeping the foot down when we are on top of sides. So England are a world-class side. They'll come back, they'll play well in the T20, so we need to match that.